Are you looking for an anime so wholesome that it will make your heart feel like it is literally beating out of your chest? A story between boy and girl so sweet, so delicious that by the end of it you'll actually be convinced you got diabetes from it. Well, look no further because this is the show for you. A beautiful romance with sprinkles of comedy thrown in there to sweeten the deal. The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten is one of the most wholesome shows this season. It's a lot slower paced than most of the other offerings of romance this winter, but it could potentially be slow and steady wins the race. Now, I have to say, I'm actually a bit of a sucker for a cute romance story. You know, every now and then I just like the notion of falling in love. You know, the idea of boy likes girl, girl likes boy, girl likes girl, and boy likes boy, whatever. Sometimes I just like to sit down and watch them get wrapped up in that special someone that they like and watch all the little moments and situations unravel. With The Angel Next Door, it is exactly that. It's a cute little story that you can just switch on, switch yourself off, and just watch the story unfold. And yes, I do believe that this one is a slow burner, but the more episodes I have watched, the more I have gotten invested in it. It's a show that just has a certain charm to it, you know, in the sense of its pace, and just checks the boxes when it comes to a romance anime. So, what is the show about? Well, Amane is a high school boy living by himself, and you know what? He's not doing the best job at this at all. His living space is a complete mess, and he pretty much only survives on convenience store food. And I don't know if you've had convenience store chicken, by the way. Oh my god, don't blame that guy if he is living off that alone. Anyway, his neighbor Mahiru is one of the most popular girls at school, often referred to as the Angel. So even though they are neighbors, they rarely actually talk until one day he does find her sitting in the rain and he does the gentlemanly thing of offering her his umbrella. So our boy Amane is surprised when Mahiru shows up the following day to return his umbrella. Now, our guy actually ended up getting sick from, you know, the gentlemanly act of handing over the umbrella. So in, you know, return for the favor, she nurses him until he is well again. However, she does see the state of his room and she does reprimands him for his sloppy style of life. Now, although she had expected this to be their last meeting, the situation worsens as a result of Mahiru's compassion for Amane's way of life, which causes her to regularly prepare meals for him, and she even assists him with the cleaning. So the story from here basically shows the relationship's growth over time. You know, it's two people who are mutually helping each other out to satisfy their own desires with no strings attached. Now, if you look at it from Amane's point of view, you can't blame the guy, you know, who wouldn't want a very attractive girl to enter their life, you know, to take on the mundane everyday chores that we'd simply prefer not to do, or, you know, to help us out with them, and then demand nothing in return. It sounds like a killer deal, right? Sweet. And I've got to say, to be fair to Amane, he does not take Mahiru's generosity for granted. You know, he does make sure to show his gratitude for all that she does, and rightly so. And although he was first hesitant in doing so, by eating Mahiru's amazing leftovers every night, it is improving his health and happiness. Not only that, but it's also inspiring him to take other steps to better his living circumstances. You know, now he will start doing the cooking and cleaning himself. Well, you know, a basic version of this at least, but still progress on his behalf. Now, The Angel Next Door, you know, there's another very cute aspect of this story in that both characters can let their guards down and be their true selves to one another, as well as improving the quality of each other's lives. For Mahiru, she is dubbed the Angel at school, and she hates this name, by the way. Do not call her the Angel. So, since she is the most popular girl in school and frequently receives many advances from the boys, she initially restricts her interactions to just the female students. Don't blame her here. She simply does not enjoy the attention, and she does find it extremely difficult to trust new people. So when she is engaging with others at school, she has no qualms about lying or, you know, otherwise obscuring the truth in an effort to maintain as much distance from everyone as possible. She does all of this while maintaining her flawless persona and always comes across as kind and modest about her accomplishments, which furthers her, you know, flawless image in everyone else's eyes. However, this isn't the real Mahiru. In fact, there is a much more complex side to this girl. So in private, she has a deeper tendency to be, let's say, brutally honest without actually ever being too harsh about it. It's a quality that. She is definitely still reserved in several areas, particularly when it comes to her parents, but she tends to hold her tongue rather than openly lie about this situation. Now, anyone that's actually paying attention can tell that she is speaking coldly and lifelessly when she discusses her past trauma, which will be interesting to see as the story progresses. Now, it is the characters' personalities that give it this slow start, in my opinion. Both were slow to reveal the true them, but that is the case in any given normal situation, right? You're not just going to open up to a stranger and show the real you. It takes time, it takes trust, and that is what this anime is about, and why it gets better the more that you watch it. It's kind of like we as the viewers are also getting to know these characters from complete scratch, just like meeting people IRL. And I have to say that I'm really getting into their characters. At the time of this video's making, episode 4 is the latest episode out. Very good episode, by the way. Thoroughly enjoyed that. And I just love how cute Mahiro is, in the way that she's developing her feelings for Amane, but how she is starting to open up her true self and past to him. I mean, yeah, she does share the very typical trait of being far too pure for this world. I think there was an episode early on where she got extremely flustered when Amane lifted his shirt so that she could take his temperature, and she was just like, oh no, it's a boy. It's a boy's skin. You're like, no one is that pure, are they? Or is this girl? Is she the exception? Let me know. Yeah, her character has just so much more about her, and I like the fact that you can visually see that she is getting more comfortable around Amane, but not only that, I guess in a sense, she's more comfortable within herself as well. I like that. Complex. As for Amane, well, at first I thought he was just the man along for the ride in this show, He was very plain, and to some degree, I guess he still is. I didn't really see any personality from him at times, and I thought he was almost a bit, too much Mr. Nice Guy. But yeah, I've got to admit, hands up, I'm starting to see more from him, and more that I've begun to like. He's just very blunt in his words and really does have a, I don't care attitude, which is always displayed when he's in the company of his best friend Akazawa and his girlfriend Shirakawa. I just found him to be so much more enjoyable to watch when he had this ruder approach to him. I mean, the guy is brutally honest and he tends to just blurt out his feelings without checking out his surroundings, but for me, that just made the nice guy side of him, towards Mahiro a lot more genuine, and the moments between them hit home a lot more. Of course, with all romance anime, the inevitable is of course happening. So over the course of the intimate time that the two share together, we can clearly see the feelings developing for one another, despite their initial want for them. Or initial not want for them, I guess you could say. Again, another thing that makes this show great, you can see their struggle in that their situation isn't a romantic one. It's basically just a convenient arrangement that suits the pair of them. However, in keeping up this lifestyle, the two are getting closer and closer, which has started to go down the road they initially didn't want. I love to see it. It's beautiful. And I got to, man, The Angel Next Door is definitely worth a watch, but I will say give it a few episodes before you make up your mind. The animation isn't anything breathtaking due to the nature of the show, but it is very clean. It's done simple and it suits the show perfectly. The voice acting was spot on with this show, and they were both cast fantastically, as well as the brief appearances from the other characters that they make in the show. As a romantic comedy, The Angel Next Door is a very simple, sweet, and cute story. Although it certainly isn't something new, and it can be predictable at times, but it really doesn't take away the enjoyment aspects of said stories. Comedy is there in this show as well, not as much as series like, this season's Tomo-chan is a girl, but again, the comedy is on par with its cute, simple, and sweet approach. All in all, this looks to be an excellent romance anime, and I honestly can't wait to see how the relationship evolves as things move forward, and I really hope you do too. But have you checked out The Angel Next Door already? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And while you wait for the next video to drop, why not check out this video where I talk about another romance comedy that you certainly must not miss this season, which is none other than the amazing Tomo-chan is a Girl. Great series, great video. Check that out. But guys, as always, you take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye. Push, push.